Hey guys, Brandon back with Dominant Sports Card. Rough go of it. This is a video that I was gonna be very excited about because this order was the first modern order we sent out. It had a lot of deer cards to mine. It just didn't go well for a plethora of reasons that I'll get into. We submitted this order late June and we received it early May. So 11-month turnaround ish. And it's a little more complicated. So I'll get into that. So not in the best mood, but we did get cards back. There's some cool cards in here, and I'll get into it. My friend Logan and my friend Andrew both sent cards here, so I'll get into some of those. And we have a first. So let's go ahead and get into the cards. So the first is I've never received cards back that were considered doctored or cut in any way. So I know for a fact the Drew Brees was pulled from a pack and sat in a drawer for a bunch of years. But it got flagged for evidence of recoloration. I've looked over and over the card. The edges are bad. I did not expect to get a good grade. I was hoping for 6, 7, 8, really. I just really wanted to get this slabbed, but it got sent back. And then we had this, Logan sent 2 of these. One came back as questionable authenticity. So the only difference between this card, here we go. This is the same card. It's just signed with different ink. So, and the other thing is Topps is guaranteed the auto. So I don't know why this got sent back. I don't know what's going on with PSA. I just thought that was weird. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Weird. So yeah, we had those 2. My thing is I wish they take more of the SGC approach, right? I'm spending money to get these slabbed. So put on the slab the reason that you didn't grade them, right? So I'd much rather them put them in a PSA slab and say altered because of this or altered because of that, right? So let's go ahead and get into Logan's card first. I don't have the prices on all of these, but we'll get into it. The only 10 that I think he received was this Kawhi Leonard, Panini Past and Presents rookie. Really solid card. Definitely thought it was going to 10 and it got a 10. One of the awful things that happened here was that basically 40 out of, I think, 55 cards that got slabbed had cracks in them. So this one was good. This Mike Evans rookie auto was good. Got a 7. And this Gronk Topps rookie was good. It got a 7 as well. I'll show you the cracking on some of these, but we're essentially going to have to send a lot of them back. Next, he had a James Harden White Hot Select rookie. I know that's not Select rookie, excuse me. It's just a White Hot Select. It's got a 9. Pretty cool card there. And then we were all hoping that these KD rookies would do better, but they didn't. 3 blacks. I thought the blacks would do worse. And this is just something that I've seen like just change, right? The blacks obviously have edges problems, but they all did 8s. So I just have to believe there's some kind of bias there. These are still worth pretty good money. I think they're still around $200, $300. And then let me show you the cracking. Let's see if you can see this. But all of the cards have this cracking on the side right there. So I don't know, just craziness. Then we have the orange. That's it, awesome. I think this is one of the more expensive ones too. The orange and the black are the ones you want to have. This is a 7. I had a 7 and an orange, I think, in a past video. I think I sold it for like $80. So still kind of worth some money there. And you can see, I don't know if you're going to see it or not, but there's bad cracking on the side of the case. And when I called PSA, they seemed to want to blame it on the carrier. The box had no issues. It seemed that happened when they smushed it down into the box. So I don't know there. Then we got an 8 on an Odell Beckham Senior Bowl, U.S. Army Bowl, excuse me, rookie 2011. You guys have seen Matt Forte, Devontae Adams, 8, Peyton Manning, 7, and Jarvis Landry. Some bad cracking on this one. You can kind of see the white from it. Yeah, just really frustrating. You can see from Logan's cards, we didn't think we'd have so many 7 and 8s. So obviously something's kind of changing in the grading because these are just getting hammered. And he had a lot of them that cracked. Some cool ones too. This is probably one of the cooler cards. This is one of Andrew's. He sent 3, and lucky for him, none of his had cracking. But it's a Cristiano Ronaldo rookie UK tradition sticker. I mean, I think this gets up to like $3,200 in a 10, and he got a 9, and I'm sure he's very happy with that, as I would be too. And Paulo Dybala, he's a big Juventus fan. I mean, beautiful game auto. Cool, really cool card. Got a 9. And then he had a rookies, Don Russ, Brandon Ingram, big Pelicans fans. That did a 10. So cool thing was none of his cracked. As you can see, there's just no cracking issues there. So his cards are good to go. We can get into mine now. So all the ones that I'm going to show you right here don't have any cracking issues. And then there's going to be some other duplicates that do. This is a 1996 Hoops Bryant rookie. I'm surprised this got an 8. This was the one that I would expect to get a 6. And then I had a Flitter Metal rookie that didn't. It got a 6 instead of an 8. So I would have flip-flopped those two. But I don't know, craziness. I didn't think any of those would do well. So I'm not as shocked with those grades. Still both worth about $150 each. So really cool there. I had 5 Drew Brees in there. This is the only one I believe that's not cracked, the vintage. I had 3 9s and 2 8s. Yeah, 3 9s and 2 8s. This is one of the 8s. The 8s is about $50. The 9s are about a $150. I had this cool patch. I don't know what knocked this. It really doesn't look that bad, but it got a 7. I highly recommend you do not send thick cards to PSA. They destroy them. Like I've gotten 110 probably in 20 cards I've sent. The rest are either 8 7s, 9s. I sent a bunch of these. This is the only slab that's not cracked. This was what probably the biggest thing that aggravated me, because I really checked these cards before I sent them. I sent 7. This is the only slab that's not cracked. These are worth about 100, 125, give or take. No, they're worth about $50. They're about 50 in a 9, about 125, 150 in a 10. So I was really kind of betting hard on these. They were all in really good shape. If you look at the old PSA 10s, or like when it first came out, they didn't really care about the back centering. So that's why I sent all of these. But obviously the back centering is what did these in, because these all have the same centering. So I thought it was more of a card defect, but they obviously use it to knock it, which is just kind of frustrating at this point. You know, it's just getting to this point where like you're paying PSA out of name repetition and to add value to your cards, and it's not equal across the board, right? There's just not enough quality assurance going in. Cool. Dak Prescott. I thought this would get a 9 because of centering. Panned out right. Dak Prescott rookie optic. This Anthony Davis hollow, again, thought it would get a 9 because of centering, and it did. See, the back's pretty centered too. It's a cool card. I think the Dak's worth like 110 and the Anthony Davis worth about 50. I have a bunch of these Clay Thompson ones. I think I got 3 10s out of 5. These did pretty good. I think they're worth about $50 too. Let's see. Yeah, $50, and then the 9s are worth about 25. Probably the biggest card in here. I have this select die cut rookie of Devin Booker. I think this is going to be one I'm going to hold to sell until they get deep into the playoffs. But man, this is nice. I think I bought this for like $60, graded it, and I think it's worth about $600 right now. So really cool card there. Next, we have all these. These are all cracked and have to get resent to PSA. So kind of frustrating, but we'll get into these. Kristaps, 9. It's only worth about $50. Not bad. This is probably one of my favorite cards in there. This is the Fresh Foundation Flitter Metal Kobe Bryant rookie. Really cool. I bought this with the hoops. I think I bought them each for like $30. They were about 150. Cool card there. Some more of the Drew Brees. You can see there's cracking on the side. I don't know if y'all are going to get to see that or not. I'll get close to it. I'm going to find a really bad one where it's really evident. But craziness. So yeah, 150 right there. $825. A couple more 9s. 150 right there. I think I was buying those for $10 at the time, so that panned out well. And I won't show you all of these, but here's something I'll do. These are all hollows. Yeah, you can see the cracking there. You can kind of see how it reflects. Yeah, oh yeah, right there. All that cracking. Really bad, guys. I was so frustrated. I like opened these up in the middle of the day and I was just so aggravated that happened. My last stack, another awesome card in there. Select Silver Prism. Not sure. I think this is only worth like 100, 150. Yeah, Drew Brees Prism, 150. Carson Wentz Hollow, PSA 9. About 150 right there as well. DeJounte Murray, PSA 9. It's like 35, 50 bucks. I sent a bunch of Brandon Ingram in. Got a bunch of 9s and 110. They're all cracked, so they all need to go back. These cards have dropped a lot. I think the 10 is worth, I have it at 250, but I just think I saw one close at like 110. So not really doing well there. And then I have a PSA 9 base prism. It's about 150 bucks right there, 125. Kawhi Leonard. This by far had like the worst cracking. It literally goes the whole way of the card. Aggravating. And if I was keeping all of these cards for myself, I probably wouldn't go through the hassle of sending them back. But it's hard to sell stuff on eBay with deficiencies in the slab because the buyer's not going to want that and they're not going to pay that full price. So aggravating. Klay Thompson. The last 10 and 2 9s. It's Devin Booker Prism rookie. What is the Devin Booker Prism rookie looking at? Yeah, 350 bucks right there. Yeah, it's another one I'll hold, but it's got to go back. It's got some cracking on the side. And then this was my KD. White. I pulled this out of a pack because you can see I have the Conley and the Horford too. And you can see it kind of just really depends on the card. So we got a 7 and the Durant. I have to think the worth of his card plays into the factor of the grade, right? Because the cards are literally identical. You really can't pick out certain deficiencies in them. And this is just leading to my fact that like PSA is controlling pop. You could send them, you know, those two same cards essentially, and they're going to have different grades just because of the player. Like, it's just the truth. That's just what it is. I just can't see it any other way. Because those cards are fresh, picked out of there. Just can't see it any other way there. Last 2 cards. And a Michael Vick vintage. I think I picked this up for like $2. It's worth 25. And then the final ones is Prism. Blue Prism. I think I picked this up for like $38. Really sick card. Drew Brees. So guys, I know this probably wasn't the happiest video, but it just kind of shows you that, you know, I'm really hoping some other graders step up. I really like SGC. I don't like the price point right now. PSA is just kind of like a necessary evil at this point. My next video will be on the return and how I handled that. They sent me an email saying, hey, package it up. But they sent me a label. So I'm going to package these up, send it back to them. And they're supposed to expedite the reholder. So I'll give you an update on how long that takes and how that process, what that process entails. It's hard for me to want to send more to PSA when they open up back up in July, just because I don't know, you wait so long to get your cards. So there's that. There's a bunch of cards in here, obviously, that aren't worth anything anymore because of the wait. They don't provide the best customer service. You know, it takes me all day to get to someone to call me back. Then I had to individually go and input these cards. Like, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm just whining about this, but it's just frustrating. It's just aggravating, like, because, you know, the market tells you that it has to be a PSA case to be worth anything. And I just think that's false. I think HGA, SGC, even BGS, I think they're more consistent on their grades than PSA. PSA is obviously controlling pop. They're obviously working with bigger high-end collectors to do that. Like you know, because we've submitted, that's 7, 8 KD rookies now, and the highest grade we've gotten is an 8. You telling me that there's no chance to get a 9 or a 10 in there? There was people submitting 50 of them 2 years ago, and they were getting 60% 10 rates, right? So this doesn't seem right to me, and it's frustrating. So I'm hopping on the boat that PSA is a necessary evil, and it's kind of a joke at this point. So let me know what you think. I'd love to argue with you on it. You know, people make a comment to me, PSA has the best set registry. And I just think that's BS, because we know a bunch of people, if they get a bad grade at PSA, they're breaking that open and sending it somewhere else, right? And then those cards get damaged and all that. So set registries are jokes at this point, right? It just gives you an idea. It's not actual truth. So comment, like, subscribe. I'm going to be giving away one of the cards. I just don't know which one yet. But let me know. I'd love to argue with you below. Dislike the video if you don't like what I'm saying about PSA and you're a PSA fanboy. I get it. I have like 12 more orders at PSA, so I'll be getting PSA orders forever. But this one just kind of made me seem like they're just not improving. They're just printing money at this point, right? And they have no urge to make us feel better, to turn around faster. They have nothing to do that because they cornered the market, right? So craziness. All right, guys, remember, buy what you love. Clear eyes, full hearts can't lose. I'll talk to you next time.